tradition of the Unity Tech Team meeting.
Yeah.
We are discussing, last month we decided that in this meeting we would discuss our sort of like countdown pre-service, what we're doing for that, as well as postlude and how we're engaging our virtual audiences. So
Well, for the prelude, I have a 15-minute announcement video, which is kind of general stuff that includes who we are and what our principles are, and when the service is and where it is, and also some things about activities in the church. And it has a countdown. Service begins in 15 minutes, 14:25, etc. Counts down to zero, and so I play that at the beginning, and I just have that on my computer, so I just launch that, and then I go into the live stuff when it ends. And I hadn't thought about doing something at the end of the live stream, but since you guys were talking about it, I thought, yeah, I should do that. So I have a little thing with music that shows the church, and has some titles zooming in about when the service, join us, and when the service is and where it is, and also you can live stream and how to do that. And
is that a video?
Video, yes, and it's about I don't know, 18 seconds or 20 seconds long, maybe something like that. So yeah, there's just a little thing at the end, and that seemed like a really good idea, and it just never occurred to me. All these years, it's never occurred to me to do that.
Could you send that? I'd appreciate seeing it.
Oh, sure.
Email it to me.
Well, is it online? Because we kind of talked about this being a show and tell. So if we can like pull it up on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, you sure
look
can.
At it real quick.
Yeah, pull it up on YouTube. Actually, you can pull it up on any of the videos that I produce, because I've been using that one for a long time. I just never put it up on the live stream. So yeah, one of the talks or the promo. There's a promo for next week's. I do promos every week for the Sunday talk, and so you can see the promo, and at the end of the promo is that little thing there. You could put it up if you find it. unityofnewbraunfels.org.
Oh, you want me to just go to your website?
Yeah, or website or the YouTube channel.
Okay.
He's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. That's the countdown.
Okay. So you have the countdown and slides.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
Yeah. It's a video that I made from slides.
Okay.
And I don't know which service this is. I only
just assumed it was the most recent, 3 days ago.
Oh yeah, sure. And so at the very, very, very end.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Okay, yeah, that's it. So just back up just a little bit, and you can play that. You got to back up, just slightly, a little more. There you go. Okay, just play it from there.
Thank our online community for joining us this morning.
I don't know why it's the sound is choppy, but anyway,
it might be because I don't have. It's maybe because of how it's shared.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's
it sounds fine on my end, so it just maybe.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so that music that's with it is part of the video recording, not like music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just a song that I picked up from one of the services, and Yeah, I've been using it for years. People probably get tired of it, but it works.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I actually created a video. I did a couple things. I used to do announcements, created a video for the pre-service and the countdown with rolling announcements in that. And I did the same thing on the end too. And time, I haven't done that probably in the last year, but I still have a countdown and we're in the midst of changing it. And I'll acknowledge that I saw a video from Richard Medici's church, Unity Renaissance of the Chesapeake. They took a Eddie Watkins Jr. song called "The Door Is Open to You," and they used stock footage, and they also used local video. And I'm in the process of creating local video to that. Before I would use just any kind of Daniel Nahmod or something other for a 3-minute. And I've also got, I can share with you what Unity Renaissance's version of it is. But on ours, and I've actually done the 2-minute version of it. And I also included them at the tail end of the video, one of the times when I platformed, how I engage with the audience. So I can share that video right now if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come, let's be silent. Come and share a. Let's pray together. From love and be loved, from the blessed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Recognize it's the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Christian Jew, this door is open to you. Okay, you're going through. Know that you are not alone. Someone's care for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open. This door is open. This door right here is open. It's open for you. I'm talking about this door. I feel this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Recognize it's the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Christian Jew, this door is open to you.
And good morning to all.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Not only your soul, but your also physical presence here in the sanctuary. My name is Randy Fillmore. I'm one of the licensed Unity teachers here at Unity of Melbourne, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you. Not only those of you in the sanctuary. I'm sorry, Kevin, didn't mean to do that. I also want to welcome all.
So this part is live.
Yeah.
The other part was a video.
Yeah. What I'm going to ask is to make our virtual audience.
I like that song.
welcome
And I'm pointing to the two screens that we have behind us.
Oh, okay.
presence, even though it's virtual, is here. There is a camera directly above me at the very top. You might see a green light right up here. That's a camera. So I'm going to ask if you would wave to our virtual congregation and say, thank you. Your soul is welcome here. All right. Thank you so very, very much. And we welcome those of you who are joining us for the first time, not only virtually, but also in the sanctuary. And if you are joining us here for the first time, I'm going to affirm, pray, hope, believe that you were greeted and embraced with the familiarity of your soul is here. And if you did not get a blue gift bag with information about Unity of Melbourne, please, I see one. Great. And if anybody, two, do I hear three? Oh. Sold. All right. If you didn't get one, we will please let us know, and we will make sure that you do get one. Now, how many have you been in churches where this is taboo? The social media nemesis of, or the bane of many existence. What I'm going to do is—
That's our HVAC app, actually, that says the temperature in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to ask you either now or in the very near future, like within the next 20 minutes, before Vernell's talk. You can do it while I'm talking, but not her. Go ahead and subscribe, check in on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know that you're sitting there, because I see you, but all of your friends don't know that you're here unless you tell them. And that's one of the ways that you can let them know that you're here and that you like us and that you appreciate us, and share a little love by doing it on social media. We greatly appreciate it as well. And those of you online, if you're joining us, please check in as well, because you've got the app. You're seeing us not through telekinesis. You're seeing us on social media, on both our Facebook page and YouTube. So we certainly encourage you to do that, like and subscribe as well. At Unity of Melbourne, for those of you, since we do have new people, we do not have a vision and mission statement. What we have is a why. Why Unity of Melbourne exists. And that why is: we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. And we do that through a number of hows and whats. We'll talk about the hows and the whats later on in the service. But I'm going to ask everyone in our congregation, both physical and virtual, to join me in affirming. We're not saying it, we are affirming it, because as we affirm, we give energy to this statement and make it happen. Make it so. So we're going to say together, we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. And that is a postcard that we actually have. Looks like this, and it is in our foyer. And on the back of the postcard, there are 5 Unity beliefs. And I'm going to invite, for those who are new, it's in your blue bag, but there are additional copies out on the table. Please take at least one. Don't take them to use them as fire starters in this cold weather, but please put them on your bathroom mirror, put them on your rear view mirror in your car. Something that reminds you why we are here and what makes Unity of Melbourne so unique.
I love that.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. What we've just started doing, and I'm because I don't platform every week, I've actually got a QR code now that we put in the lower right-hand corner that I've had my video engineer insert it, but I haven't written the script for the platform host to do it because they're oblivious. And the intent is to incorporate the QR code so that it will take them to a landing page that will then give them the opportunity to sign up. So, but that's, I'm a little verbose at times, and that was the first time. So I had to go back about a month and a half the last time I platformed to do that, because it was interesting. If I can, let me find and share.
First of all, can we talk about what we just saw?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
One question: did you have any problem with music rights? Did YouTube or somebody come back to you and say you're using a copyrighted material?
No,
Ah, okay.
I monitor it every week.
Mhm.
We generally, in our descriptions, at the service, we will post our license numbers.
Hmm.
And in the description for Facebook specifically, and YouTube, it'll say all music performed during the service are used with permission under Empower license number whatever and CCS license number such and such.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's we used to, and actually uh, we used to actually put a lower third on the music,
Mm.
giving the title, the artist, and the licensing numbers. We
Mhm.
stopped doing that because the algorithms appear to have been changed.
Mm.
So, in fact, I just got a note on Facebook this past week that they have muted some songs in certain countries where they don't have the rights.
Okay.
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about Upper Mongolia or things like that. But
Well, I hear Upper Mongolia is a really nice place in the summertime.
they're just gonna have to do without Daniel Nahmod and Claudia Carawan and others, I guess.
And the other thing I wanted to say is that I really like how you include the online audience right up front. We don't do that. Somewhere toward the end of the service, we'll say hello to the online audience, but you're making them part of the service and really feeling like they're there and they're being acknowledged, and I like that. And yeah, I like that a lot. And you're talking right to them, not only getting the congregation to acknowledge them, which we do. You know, we have them wave, but also just talking right to them at the very beginning. I think that's really significant.
Yeah.
It's difficult, thank you. It's difficult for me to relay some of those subtle nuances to our other platform hosts.
Mm.
They don't know where to look, even though we've got 3 cameras that are literally in front of them. And the only one that they need to look at is the one that's dead center. And it's beyond them. And you know, it is what it is. It's beyond them, but you know, you write it out in the script, you try to, you know, not beat it into their heads, but it's they're not public speakers, and that's where a lot of it comes into play.
I was gonna say that I really loved that angle of the camera in front of you and how you looked directly into it when you spoke to the online audience.
Yes.
It's my training, it's practice, it's working in television for a while. It's one of the things you do. And it's taken a while in this location. It took a while to get the new camera behind the sanctuary and come into it. That was a challenge. But I knew I wanted it because it's a great shot. And now that I got it, I wanted to involve the congregation as well with it. So we don't do it every week because quite honestly, the platform host skip right over that part. And it's my video guy saying, why didn't they do that? Whatever.
One thing I noticed is that in the preliminary video before the service, you were showing a church that was pretty empty.
Yeah.
And and then when you showed people saying hello, there were a whole lot of people there, and we have that issue too. It's Unity, and people don't show up on time.
Yeah.
And I'm reluctant to show an empty chapel. It doesn't look inviting to me.
Well, yeah, and one of the things, not to cut you off, one of the things, because there's actually two camera angles, one the from the stage shooting outward, and
Mhm.
the other, which is a webcam that's on the sound booth looking out.
Mm-hmm.
The intent is to actually play the video that we want to create to that song in that larger view.
Okay.
That's the intent.
Okay.
And previously, when I would create a new opening every week that had the announcement rotations, in that larger block were the announcements that would run every 5 seconds, or slide would change every 5 to 7 seconds with the live webcam there at the back of the sound booth. And there was a little sign in front of it that said, as you're walking in, wave to the people online.
Uh-huh.
And that was, I mean, it was fine at the old location. Now you can't get to the sound booth, so you couldn't see it typically, which is why we went to the other camera. And yeah, it looks like nobody's there.
Yeah, and
First
the
5 minutes.
the other issue we have, and we've never been able to address it, is people don't want to sit in the front two rows for some reason. And the front two rows are what we always see.
Yeah.
On camera. And we had thoughts like, what if we put little treats on the front two rows, like little mints or something, little rewards for sitting there, or when the service starts, we have a raffle and give prizes to the people in the front two rows. I don't know, but people, and they'll sit in the back behind where I can get them with the camera.
Yeah.
They like to sit right back there.
Yeah, we run into the same thing, and that's why, again, I had the camera. I wanted to get that camera that was looking out over the entire sanctuary. And yeah, I mean, I've thought of actually taking the seats out, stacking them up, forcing them, but it's just, I know I would probably get 15, 20 complaints a Sunday, so it's not even worth my time to do that.
At Unity Church of Hawaii, we had the same issue, and one Sunday we actually used ribbon to tape off the back rows so it would force people forward. And there were a couple of people who were saying, "That's my seat you're taping off. I always sit there. That's my seat."
Yep. Yep. Is there anything else, or?
No, I like that song too. It's a real welcoming song.
And that's when I heard it, and I just yeah, I've got the other one up now, so if you want me to see it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if I can do this.
No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Let's be silent. Come and share a. Come, let's pray together. From love and be loved. From the blessed out to the turned out. From the pampered to the abused. This door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Mr. Jew, his doors is open to you.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
It is. And
So that's what'll go into your big block whenever y'all
Yeah.
get it edited together. That's
yeah,
awesome.
with our at least a third of those were stock images.
I
So
noticed. Yeah.
I know where they are. I've got copies of them.
Yeah.
But then we'll shoot. We're going to basically create a music video is what we're going to end up doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does
And-
that song also play on the house sound as people are entering?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the things you couldn't see was the countdown. We're actually playing it in the sanctuary
Okay.
as well. And honestly, it's good because it gives our musicians an idea. Oh, geez, I got 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
I better get up on stage,
Yeah.
because we go straight from, and I edited it out, but we go straight from the countdown directly to the musicians with the opening song. And there's no platform host. The musicians. All right, please join, stand if you're able. And we're going to sing, let's see, this month it's, what is it? My Soul is Welcome Here by Daniel Nahmod. And we've got the lyrics on, I've got triggers so that once the video ends, the lyrics go up and the musicians are already there and the camera swings over to them. So it's all triggered.
Hmm.
And that's when people come in. I mean, that's right at 10:30 because we start the countdown at about 27 after.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and it was really done to make sure that we weren't starting at 10:30, that we had all of the necessary blocks filled out on YouTube and Facebook, and it gave it the time that it needed, the 7 to 14 seconds delay time.
Mm-hmm.
Something occurred to me which just flitted out, it's gone. It's gone.
I understand.
I had a thought about that. Gosh. Well, I thought about playing our countdown in the chapel, which I don't do now. It's only online. And maybe I could without music. I mean, people come in and they want to visit with their friends, and I don't want to make so much noise that's an issue. But the other thing is that our anchor slide says welcome home to Unity of New Braunfels. And I really like that. It's particularly for newcomers, I think. That's the first thing they see when they enter the lobby is the TV screen that says welcome home. And then that's also in the chapel. And so I've been dancing with that idea, but yeah.
It's different ways of doing things. The countdown originally started when I was doing the Ministry of Unity serving military overseas, where we did from a small studio. It was like 12 by 14. We were creating a live service, Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time for the U.S. service members and their families who were living in the Indo-Pacific theater. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, Eastern, for those who were living and stationed in the Central European, the European Command. So
You were actually staying up all night and doing that?
yeah,
Oh my Lord. And did you have to do it live?
the intent of doing it live was so that we were doing it live for them. So that when somebody signed in or logged on Facebook, we could immediately say, hi, thank you, John. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming and doing that. Now, what it was it was video engineer and me. And what I had done was I had partnered with 5 other Unity ministries that were near military installations in the US.
Mm.
And I would just cut out their meditation and their lesson. So then I was nothing more than an MC. And today we've got Reverend Cheryl Myers from Unity of Gaithersburg. Her talk today is such and such. Reverend Cheryl, we play that video. So the talk was not live. The talk was recorded, as was the meditation, but you knew that we were live before, midway, and afterwards. And
Wow, is that still going on? That's wonderful.
no, it's not.
Oh,
Our audience turned out to be primarily, and when I say primarily, over 97% Chinese nationals, Chinese military.
really?
Yeah.
How interesting.
Well, the intelligence service would see the word unity and military. So they were thinking we were some group that was sending web secret messages to U.S. service members overseas.
They're trying to decode.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh.
What does he mean by meditation?
Right. So it just got to the point. And then during COVID, the minister at Unity of Melbourne would, instead of the sanctuary, she'd come down to our studios. So we'd be doing a service at 9, 3, and 10:30 in the morning. And it just got to be too much. And we had a much more robust streaming capability than they did. So we just kind of merged it into we shut down the studio. It was costing us $800 a month rent out of my pocket. And we just moved it into their facility and their musicians then. And I mean, it just made it a lot easier to do all of it. And we just shut down the stream then.
Wow. Well, it sounds like it was a worthy endeavor, even though it didn't work out.
It taught us the art of production, video production, and how to merge it into a ministry. Before, I mean, this was at the very beginning of COVID, so we already had the lower thirds. We had all of the necessary components that would go into a video production. And then, okay, we're going to do it instead of a studio. We're going to do it here. And let's see, we've got a Behringer X32 digital mixing board instead of a little two channel thing. And let's just go ahead and we've got multiple cameras now. So how do we do all that? So it gave us a much better framework to expand it while having the foundation of video production. And the guy that I hired and still is with me is a University of Florida film grad. So he's he wants to do more films, but he'll sit there and do the video for us. But yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, wonderful.
Shall I share what Unity Fort Worth's
Please.
intro looks like?
Oh, yes, please.
If it'll load. There we go. So we have our pianist is playing. We don't have recorded music, plays live. So we have that going in the background, and then it's just a slideshow at the beginning. We don't do any kind of countdown because when she ends is when it makes sense for the music. So she tries to hit the right time, but it's not always exact. So we don't have a countdown because we don't be off. I'd really like to add a view of her on here so that we have her in there and you can watch her fingers. We have a camera that's right behind and above her, so you can watch her fingers dance across the keys. It's really cool. And I'd really like to add a view of her there, but right now all the slides, the QR codes are in different spots, so it's hard to pick a spot where it would be safe to have the camera view without blocking something else.
Mm.
All right, so you've got a QR code for all of your sub web pages, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anytime we have a link on there, we also include a QR code. And I try to size them so that people sitting in the audience can get it from where they're sitting.
Does that work?
Mostly. Some of them are a little small, they're really far back. But again, setting on the first and second rows, which is where I like to sit.
Me too.
They work great.
What application do you use to generate the QR codes?
I use QR Code Monkey, the website.
QR code puppy?
QR Code Monkey. It's QR
Monkey.
Code dash Monkey. I like it a lot because you can put the link in there. You can change the colors if you want, but I always download an SVG because we use Canva to make the slides. And with an SVG in Canva, you can change the colors to match whatever you're doing. And
Okay.
then it allows you to change sort of how the shape of the marks for the QR code. So like I use these little rounded on three sides shapes, and the QR code itself is rounded. And then it lets you put in the logo.
What does that cost you?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all free.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I use it.
no, I understand because I've been using Bitly, but you can't embed the logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will do that tomorrow, not today, but I will do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I really like QR Code Monkey. I ended up finding it just through like a Google search.
Yeah.
I had tried several different ones, and that was the one I was like, okay, yeah, this one's worth using. So I just use that one all the time.
Any metrics on if what's the question I want to ask? Any metrics on if people who are watching the videos hit the QR code as opposed to those in the sanctuary?
No, because QR Code Monkey does not track metrics like Bitly does. But if you're doing a QR code for a Bitly link, then Bitly would track that for you. So that's how you could achieve it. We just haven't really done that.
Yeah. Okay.
We send them mostly to links that go directly to our website. And I can track the metrics on there, but I don't know the source of them.
Okay.
Like, I don't know that it happened because of the live stream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Or
using,
has a barcode. I
are you
just
using GA4
What's
on
that?
your, are you using GA4 on the website metrics or Google Analytics 4?
We do have Google Analytics. I don't look at it much. We have a marketing team, and our lead for the marketing team looks a little more at that. I don't really
Okay,
pay much attention to it.
all right.
So that's our prelude. She plays the music for 10 minutes or so. We start the live stream at 9:50 on the dot, regardless of whether she's playing music or not. And we have like an audience mic, so you can just hear people chatter in the background. And the slideshow will play, and then she'll start the music and play all the way through. And then we do have some engagement. Let me see if I can get. So we start with a song also. We just our music team launches straight into music. And then after, we either do one or two songs at the beginning. And then we have a meet and greet time. People, we show, the audience and people
Yeah.
talking and everything. As part of the invitation to do the meet and greet, our worship leader, who's the leader of the music team, she will say and wave to the people that are online and point out the cameras and stuff. But it's not, I like the way that yours was a concerted effort for everyone to pay attention to that, rather than because with ours it's easy to ignore that part of it. Because you just launch into talking to whoever is near you and hugging everyone and all that kind of stuff. But I like your invitation for everyone to engage directly with the people that are online. That's really awesome. And then our postlude, we do we do the peace song, and then we do the prayer for protection right after that, and that's sort of our benediction for the service. And then it switches to like a thank you slide to say, okay, y'all can go now. Our pianist she plays again for about 5 minutes or so, and the slideshow plays again. So it's just the same slideshow that was at the beginning, and the slides just go
Okay.
over and over. So.
One of the things that our musicians will do, we rotate our closing song between Karen Drucker's Stand, Our Loving Will Change the World, and the peace song. When the musicians are feeling it, and they change it once a month. So this month it's Stand. Last month it was Let There Be Peace on Earth, and the congregation stands up and sings. But occasionally on the peace song, the musicians, after the final and Let It Begin With Me, they'll jump into the jazz version of it.
Yeah.
And we stopped the video stream through that, but it really lets people up on an upbeat, as opposed to the tried and true thing. Yeah. That's
we have a guest musician who's a professional jazz pianist, and he when he's there, it's really fun because he plays it with a jazzy feel to it. And then afterwards, when he does, he just plays that through the prelude, the postlude as well. And so he makes that like jazzy version, and then we might have like a guitarist, and if they feel inspired, they'll join him, and they'll just have like a little jazzy jam session. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, when our musicians do it, it's the guy on the Hammond Leslie organ, it's the Yamaha keyboard player, it's the bass player, it's the drummer, and the two or three vocalists. Yeah, they're going for it.
Yeah.
It gives them an opportunity to shine and do a little crazy things. But yeah. Okay. It's I got 3 o'clock on the nose.
Yep. It's that time.
Well, thank you for sharing, both of you. And thank you for allowing me to share what we do here.
It's wonderful getting to getting to see that is really helpful for me.
Yeah.
And I've got a bunch of notes here as well.
Good.
I like show and tells. It gets the creative juices flowing.
Absolutely. And
What do we want-
for any of you who are watching this not live, please post on the UWM Tech Team Facebook page about what you do and send us a link. This is not just we're trying to, we want to learn, we want to see what you do as well.
Mhm.
Please.
You bet.
All right. What do we want to talk about next time?
How to incorporate Easter? How do people handle either Easter or any of the special ceremonies
Okay.
during Holy Week?
And we have memorial services that just seem to, we seem to have one a month here. It's, an older congregation,
Yep.
and it just happens.
Yeah.
Celebrations of life.
Yeah. From an Easter perspective, do you show kids?
Uh,
Owen, save that for next month.
Yeah.
yeah, we try to involve kids in special services, and it could be that we're doing that on Easter. It's not my department, but I'll sure get to photograph it.
Well, and that's the
By the time we
thing.
meet next time, we'll know what we've done. So
Yeah.
then we
Yes,
can talk
we
about
will.
what did we do.
We
Do
will.
you stream kids? That was one of the things in that Chesapeake video. I'm not going to put kids up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to ask a question about that because I've been told don't do that. We end our service before the kids come in.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad about that because I love seeing the kids, and then there's the all the closing stuff, but we've been told that that's a wise thing to do.
Yeah, I understand. And I'm not going to tell Renaissance that they're wrong. Just something we're not going to do. That's all. So, all right,
Yeah.
All right.
folks, thank
sounds
you very
good.
much. I appreciate it.
See y'all
Thank
next time.